hope I was able to say this in the way that God gave it to me. Unforgiveness is something that has been a very long journey with God. And we obviously know that unforgiveness is a sin because God tells us it's a sin in the Bible. But I've always inquired of God, well, why is this a sin? And recently I was talking to God about a situation, and God interrupted my thoughts and he said, I told you to pray for them, not talk about them. Wow. So then God took me on this journey. He gave me this completely new perspective on unforgiveness. So God showed me the other part of unforgiveness, obviously being a sin, because our Heavenly Father says that if we don't forgive, then He won't forgive us. God is our Father. So the reason why God labeled unforgiveness as a sin is because He did it to protect us. Stay with me, stay with me. If He made it a sin, then that would give us a standard that we have to live by. Unforgiveness is a choice of a trauma that we could choose to hold on to for ourselves. Given the choice, how many of us would hold on to unforgiveness? They did this to me. I deserve to feel this way. They hurt me. I deserve to feel this way. I deserve to do this to them. I deserve to say this about them, right? God, being the heavenly, graceful, gracious, and merciful Father that He is, said, you know what? I'm going to make this a sin. Because if I can make it a sin, then it'll be something that you constantly will have to live up to that standard to allow that to not live in your heart and live in your soul. Because when we allow unforgiveness to live in our hearts, it taints everything good that God has for us. Then it gives the devil freeway to come right on into our lives and to wreak havoc. Because unforgiveness clouds you. Good people that God is trying to bring into your life now, because of your unforgiveness and the trauma that you are holding in your soul, you can't trust them. You can't love them. You can't allow yourself to be loved. You can't allow new friendships, new opportunities, new things to come into your life because God is always doing a new thing, right? So unforgiveness taints all of that. Instead of God just giving us that free will and allowing us to just completely just have unforgiveness be whatever in our lives. He said, I'm going to make it a sin because I love you so much that I want to protect you. With all of the evil that's going on in this world, your soul doesn't need to be bogged down anymore by a choice from you to hold on to trauma. So because I know that this is an area that a lot of my children would struggle with, I'm going to make it a sin, something that they can constantly come to me for, something that they'll constantly will need me to help them get over this, so that they can receive all that I have for them. I don't know about you, but that completely has changed my mindset on forgiveness, and something that has been a huge struggle for me. In an instant, God lifted that burden, and now I see why unforgiveness is a sin and why it is so, so much better for us to just forgive.